You ain't,
this is like
your whispers ain't helping nobody, but you gonna bust it open. Like, come on, man. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacted Show. I'm your host, Wafiq or Feek, and I'm here with my co-host, my other host.
Yo, it's your boy Date in the building. And we're back for 120 in this bitch. Speaking of 120, we want to just do a special shout out to all the subscribers we got to that 100 mark. Not just 100, not just 130. Right now, as we speak, I don't even have the shit in front of me.
We're at 140. 140
we're at
right
140. 140 subscribers. We want to thank every single one of y'all for subscribing and continue to support us through the years. Each and one of we couldn't have got to this milestone without y'all's continued support, sharing us word of mouth, engaging in not just the channel, but in the early days when we was just doing Buzzsprout audio drops and the TikToks now. So we just want to thank everybody in the IG Reels. Continue to support us. Hey, the sky's the limit from here. But with that being said, also, before we get into the topics of the show, you can support monetarily. That is through the link in the description below. That's $5 a month or 17 cents a day. You can send that the Redact way. But kind of going straight into it. House of the Dragon season 3 is on the penultimate episode before the season finale. It's a lot of stuff that went down. If you have not seen House of the Dragon, kind of doing yourself a favor. No, I'm playing. This season's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. But we got Sunfire just kind of coming out of the gate. She comes back
from the dead, because I for sure thought Sunfire was gone. As somebody who has not read House of the Dragons at all, the books, but yeah, I for sure thought Sunfire was gone. That little last stand, quote unquote, that he did, I'm not gonna lie, he was spitting. He said, they said, should we run? He said, fuck that. I said, right here. I said, okay. He said,
he was like, I'm down with 10 toes. I don't know if he still got 10 toes that he got burnt up, but I'm down like a straight G. I don't give a fuck. I almost for like a split second thought it was gonna be like Vagar. Like Vagar pull up in there and then she just burned everybody.
I was about to say Vagar pull up. You know Vagar, that old bitch. You know she don't give up. You know she don't care.
She don't care at all. Which we still have an APB out for her. We don't know where she's at. Eamon does not know where she's at. I can see her pulling up at the end of the episode because it seems like really this whole season, but especially like this episode, like the tides have slowly been turning towards the Greens. Like they're starting to retool. Ormond is slowly taking out Rhaenyra's side one by one with her Faceless Men group. We see, thank God he's not dead, but Corlys was abducted at the end of the last episode, but now he's basically taken prisoner by Ormond and tortured. We see
cut his finger
Alan, with his finger off. So Lord knows what he's going through right now. Rhaenyra and Mazar, you called it, by the way. You were saying that they were doing some freaky shit, and now we see during this episode that Mazaria's basically still trying to stay in Rhaenyra's like good grace, because right now it's just like the weight of the crown is being a little too heavy for her right now. She thinks everyone's out to get her. It doesn't help that during this episode, I believe,
it's the Sheepstealer stuff. That
yes.
Too. And can I say this about that scene?
Go ahead.
Sheepstealer was, when you really think about the grand scheme of things, Sheepstealer was just living its best life, just on the road chilling. And then you got this one girl, she came in, threw his life up, messed his life up. Now he out here boxing 4 dragons. And this all happened. I know it wasn't in a week, but we gonna say this all happened the same week. God damn. He's
Like I literally was just chilling, eating mutton, eating mutton earlier. Now my ass dead,
bro. This
or is he dead?
Nah. He
got away.
Yeah, because Caraxes didn't. Caraxes broke his wing, looked like, and then he went off. But man, Sheep Stealer was out here at brunch every weekend, drinking mimosas, eating lamb chops,
lamb chops.
Bro. Sheep Stealer was living the life, and now he got jumped, bro. You can't make this stuff up. So that's just crazy.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Also, we see another crazy scene where Eamon, who is still in Harrenhal right now with Alice Rivers, so
that scene was disgusting.
But what's even more disgusting is he didn't trip out until he saw Alice on there, but he was gonna let it ride. No pun intended. When Allison was on there, he was okay with that. His own mother, but he snapped into it and see Alice Rivers and like, oh, whoa, what's going on?
I don't know. Like I said earlier, I don't know how it is in the book. But this incest shit, we know it's Game of Thrones, they got it, but I feel like this season of House of the Dragon, it's been like overly. I was like, God damn, bro. I really have to fast forward through some of this because I don't want to see this, bro. That shit makes me feel weird. That shit, I was like, nah, bro. And then I seen, it was one quote, I believe it was, I don't know, I don't think it was the showrunner. I think it was one of the writers or producers for the episode. I don't know. I'll have to find it. But she was like, oh yeah, we set up this love triangle between Alicent, Eamon, and I forgot the which
Damon. Alice Rivers. You saying the love triangles? Alice Rivers, Alicent, and Eamon.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, yeah. So I saw that quote, and then everybody underneath that was like, "Why was this a thought to even do?" But that's real though. It's like this shouldn't be a thing, and I know
it really shouldn't.
You can say, "Oh, it's for survival and all this other stuff," but it gets to a point, dog. It gets to a point. I do have one input on the episode too. When Masseria, yeah, that's her name, the one over the Whispers. When she brought old girl from, we don't say girl from the town, I don't know her name. I don't know if they said it, but when they brought her, somebody she used to know, into the throne room, and she was telling her pretty much, she was like, at the end of the day, just because you're in here wearing these silk robes and in a high and mighty position, at the end of the day, they still gonna view you as a and I thought that conversation was really interesting, especially with how near the end of the episode, when what you mentioned, when she's comforting Rhaenyra, because it's really it's really, I thought that was really interesting to think about that conversation earlier, because it's like, damn, you really just busting it open.
Yeah, well, this is like
your whispers ain't helping nobody, but you gonna bust it open. Like, come on, man.
He gonna be like, I'm gonna do what I do best, and kind of going in Rhaenyra's mind. She just wants some sort of like reassurance that she's
doing the right,
doing the right thing from somebody, which is kind of how we get to Helena and basically being held prisoner by Rhaenyra, because Rhaenyra someone in the show finally realizes she's a dreamer and can predict the future. So she's kind of holding Helena hostage, saying like, basically like, am I gonna win? Like,
what's gonna happen after this?
Like, where's Eamon? Where's your brother at? Where's your mom? Well, she know where his mom at. But all these different questions, and it's like Helena just wants she wants freedom. She wants freedom of choice, and kind of goes into some of her dreams that she had during the show. Like the first one we seen that opened up the episode, where it's her with in a stable with a seemingly gray horse, a gray mare, and it opens up to this. Think some gates open up and it's just light, and I think that kind of symbolizes like her choice of freedom. Like, is she gonna make it out of this alive, like free, like she wants to, or is she just gonna be trapped here cold and essentially dying with no freedom, with no free will, basically? Because her whole life she's just been kind of told what to do.
I mean, that's a lot of them. Really, I feel like that's almost all the children in this
Yeah.
when it comes to this show, unless they do something drastic like an Amond.
Well, especially all the women characters, like Rhaenyra, for the most part. Like, I think that's just the whole theme of the show. Just like
this is your plan, regardless of what you think is gonna happen. This is what's
gonna happen.
It's just like, damn.
Yeah,
I don't get no thought process in this.
Literally, we see. I think this was last episode where Helena asked Allison, like, basically, why was my life decided for me? Like, did no one want my hand? Like, why did I have to marry this asshole of a brother, Aegon? And she was just like, you tell me nobody wanted to marry me? Nobody? No Lord?
Yeah, and then you even see some of that in her dreams too. The other two, I think she had two more dreams. One, I believe one was she was imagining like a happy family. I think that was her dreaming that.
Yep.
And then, but the other one obviously was her dream when she was her on Dreamfire, saying Dracarys to, I don't know if that was townspeople or soldiers. I couldn't really tell.
I think townspeople, but they were coming out. They were going into like the dragon's pit, and I think that dream was kind of like a metaphor of her not wanting to basically tap into her Targaryen rageful dragoness side, because we haven't seen her do that, because she doesn't want to be that person. She's like one of the few Targaryens in the show. Her and Viserys, when he was still alive, because he rode Balerion, which was Aegon's dragon, which was like the biggest dragon.
Yeah, Balerion. That's Aegon the Conqueror's dragon.
The biggest dragon in the land. But he basically renounced him. He was like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this dragon. He said in the first season, like, dragons are a power man should have never trifled with. And we're seeing the repercussions of that in this season as to why just dragons only lead to destruction. Fire only leads to destruction.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. And then I feel like with this upcoming episode, it's gonna be funny to see one Ulf, just because Ulf, I know you were disrespected, but you are still dumb. This man walked up to you and said, "Hey, you see that AC 130 you got? I got a 6-pack of beer. Let me have it." And he gave him the AC 130. He offered him a Bud Light. And Ulf said, "That's all I needed." That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, the crazy thing, Ulf got either Ulf or Hugh has a powerful dragon in.
Hugh has Vermithor. Ulf has Silverwing.
I think so, or maybe that's.
I know Hugh has Vermithor for sure. I can't remember what Ulf's dragon's name. I think Ulf's is Silverwing, but I can't.
And then who does Adam have?
Sea Smoke.
You're right, because that was his. Who is Laenor to him technically? Is that like his half brother?
Laenor would be his.
Yeah, his half brother.
I mean, half brother. Yeah.
Which at this point we don't know if he's dead or alive. I mean,
man, he out in the bay. He
in Essos.
I was about to say he's in Essos.
He's
Free City. Well, he had to go to the free city.
Yeah. Living it up. He's like, I
Having a
ain't dealing
great
with this
time,
shit.
boy.
Yeah, great time. But yeah, I think next season, because in the preview we see, I think it's gonna be a big battle in Tumbleton, which is where Orman and his group is at right now. It's kind of like a three-person war in a sense, because you still have the Greens, but they're kind of split between what Orman want to do and Aegon. I mean, Aegon, no one knows he's still alive, but Aegon is, I feel like, gonna make, either he's gonna make it an appearance in this season, which is gonna throw off everybody's plans, because Orman's gonna be like, what the fuck?
He might go where the Lannisters are. Buddy kept telling him we can go there. Kind of
But
like,
now
hey, cool.
Sunfire back, and he's like, hell no. I'm gonna get my crown back. I'm gonna get my shit back.
I'm saying he might do that just to try to get an army again, because it's the only place he could really go is where Orman is, and Orman will kill that boy. Oh, he'll try to. He won't be able to, but he'll try to at least.
I wonder how that's gonna make Daeron. Well, because Daeron never really knew.
Yeah, he didn't know because they sent him off when he was a baby,
like young. So, like, I mean, he knows of them. Like, he knows of Aemond and his brothers and all that. And
he had no. We've sat down for months to talk, nothing like that.
Right. But yeah, I think a lot of that's gonna happen. I think by the end of next season, the tides will fully turn in the Greens' favor. Because at the start of the season, like, the Blacks basically, and seemingly, they kind of won in a sense. Like, Rhaenyra took the crown. She's queen now. All is good. Aegon is presumed dead. Aemond is basically ran off with no sign of Vhagar. In Harrenhal having lucid dreams. But we got Ormond doing his own thing, slowly taking out Rhaenyra's group one by one. So I'm very interested to see what happens in the next episode. Season finale airs tomorrow night at the time of this recording. So by the time this episode drops, we'll have answers to all these questions and see if we're right or wrong. But going into another penultimate episode in X-Men 97, The Dead Man's Hand. This to me, definitely, I was going to say my favorite episode of the season, but I don't think it beats The Rise of Apocalypse Part 2. That was cinema. This was also cinema, because we see the return of Gambit as Apocalypse Horseman of Death. Mm-hmm. We also see the X-Men kind of team up with Cable and his X-Force team for a while. And we also see a lot of different things. We get some hints at External, who I think in this show, they combined the External and Genesis character into one, which we see her kind of like Gambit replaying her history with Apocalypse being once his lover, which is why we get that line in the part 2 of Rise of Apocalypse 2 Rogue, when he was saying, like, they basically having a conversation of like love and how important it is. Don't get me to start saying the line.
He pretty much was like, he was talking to her about love and how love could be. He didn't really say weakness, but how love could be. We'll say something, and then Rogue pretty much was talking to Apocalypse like, I hope you find somebody you can love. But that's also why Kang told her when he was leaving, he was like, you haven't played your part yet, so I'm leaving, but you gotta stay.
Yeah, you still got shit to do. My time here is done.
Yeah, exactly.
So we see that, we get the back history behind them and how External is basically playing Apocalypse this whole time until the very end, when he gave her some of his powers and was like, nah, you literally annihilated all my people. Like, you really think I was just gonna not do anything about that?
Like, you really thought I was down? You crazy, bro.
You crazy. So we see that. We also, it was a lot of different things. One of my favorite things about the episode was seeing Nightcrawler solo the entire X-Men.
Man, that visual and it going to first person to see how fast, and even then, that's not how fast he's really moving. Just to show how fast he's moving,
Yeah.
was crazy. And the bro, and the way the punches just hit people. It was, I forgot who it was. It was either Jeed or like, it was either Jeed or like Cyclops he hit, bro. And I burst out laughing just because the visual was just hilarious. It was like,
yeah, that shit was funny. But yeah. So that was like a really good episode. We also see kind of like a mind battle between Gambit and Xavier. Until we ultimately realize that Apocalypse is not dead, because at the end of last episode, going into this 7th episode or 8th episode, excuse me, we just see like a husk of Apocalypse's body, and the X-Force team found it. They're trying to see if Gambit was the one that killed him. Whole time, no, he's not. Apocalypse just transferred his consciousness
he's just
into Gambit,
waiting to explode, pretty much.
Yeah, because Apocalypse does this. Like his body, his physical body
ages,
so he has to
go into a new host.
Yeah, being like, I just made this prime specimen. So it's like, I know what I'm gonna jump into. Pause.
Yeah. One thing I thought is interesting with X-Men 97 as a whole, I feel like Professor X always lose mind battles,
but to be fair,
and I know he's not, and I know he's also at the same time he's not, and he states this, he's really not using all his power at the same time.
Yeah, but
still, it's sometimes I'm like, hey, Professor, take that safety net off, bro. You need to get active, please. Man, we've seen him do that because he did that to Magneto a while back. So that boy, them dark days. Real trauma. But it's just some of these times I'm like, Professor, please, bro, lock in. But
I think like the main reason by that is, well, it's not like he's been fighting some slaw and get his ass beat. He's back to back been losing to Apocalypse. And before that, the Danger Room.
Hey, man, I said what I said.
But Apocalypse got his number. When he came back, you saw the tears in his eyes because he was like, why I keep gonna fight this nigga? Why can't he die?
He was pissed.
He was pissed.
Apocalypse. He said, you still haven't learned, teacher. That boy Professor X went through every emotion. Oh my god. Hey.
No, that was crazy.
When you like really younger, you might be playing with like a cousin or like a brother, and they just obviously better than you or bigger than you. You start getting pissed off. You see them tears well up. Professor X was on the game, and he couldn't beat Apocalypse on the game.
He was about to start throwing that controller.
Professor X passed the snakes, bro.
Nah, I know exactly what that is because I've experienced that. Not from me, but to me.
Oh my god, bro.
So I know exactly what that feeling is like. At least from Apocalypse side. But
did they try to fight you? Hey, bro, I'm on a tangent, bro. But I remember one time I was playing Raging Blast, I think 2, with my nephew. And he was using Broly. I forgot who I was using. I think I was using Vegeta, but I was letting him win. And then it got to a point, he said something slick to me. He was like, "Oh, you're trash." I just looked at him. I said, "Okay." I switched to a Saberman. He was still on Broly. I started beating him on the ass. And then he got mad at at me and threw the controller at me. I just burst out laughing. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I have a similar story. It was me and Ian who was playing Mortal Kombat. I forget which version this was, but this was before 11. I think like Mortal Kombat 9 or 10. But I kept using like Sub-Zero. That was my go-to guy, and I forgot who he was using, but it was his main, and I beat him like 3 matches in a row using Sub-Zero, and he's like, man, you can't, you gotta keep using Sub-Zero, like you can't, you're not better with no one else, like you're trash. He just started throwing everything. Like you keep using the same shit. I'm like, you can't beat it. He's like, man, and then they started doing that shit. It was like, use someone else. Like, no, beat me first.
The crazy thing is that then when you use somebody else to beat them, no, I know you
exactly. Nigga almost broke the control.
Oh my goodness,
man, good times. But going back to the X-Men finale, so we see Rogue. So going back to the wedding, Gambit basically is trying to, because the reason why Gambit and Rogue's relationship was so interesting, but like they had that thing, was because Rogue's powers just could not allow them to have a truly intimate relationship, because she was fearful she was gonna zap all of his life force.
Yeah,
Gambit didn't give a fuck. He was like, I'm gonna die for you.
Gambit just like me, man.
Hey. But so now that Gambit came back, I think the reason why it's not working is because technically he's dead, so he doesn't necessarily have a life force to zap. So the Gambit's like, this is our second chance.
Yeah, and my bad to cut you off. And that's kind of what Jean was saying when she was like, she said there's activity, but there's technically no souls present, and where there's mind activity. I forgot exactly how she worded it, but I know she said there's no souls present.
Yeah, it was like a black hole where
the X-Force's ship.
Yeah. So there's that. We see the ruby that External has that was given to her by Apocalypse to make her immortal, and now Rogue has it, because last I checked, they didn't take that out of her. She still got it, which is what she is ultimately able to use to kind of temporarily save Gambit. Apocalypse is still in there and kind of held dormant by Gambit's powers, but if Apocalypse is let free, then ain't no going back. Like
all about to break loose.
Yeah.
And that's what Professor X kind of mentioned when they're on the ship and Gambit's unconscious. He's like, we got a few hours maybe before Apocalypse takes over, so we got to figure something out quick.
Yeah. So there's trying to figure that out, while also we have X-Force and X-Factor teaming up to stop the X-Men. So there's that going on. There's also a theory that Val could be Mystique as Val, and is just like acting this way to kind of get her ones with the X-Men through the government. Like, just, I would not be surprised if at the end we see Val turn into Mystique.
That would kind of make sense, but at the same time, I was kind of confused why she had the X-Force made. Not why it made, but why were they capturing mutants for real? After the stuff Magneto did last season, when he alternated the poles and then told them, like, look, I'm only nice to y'all because Xavier, so stop doing BS and we all can live happily. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because he saved all of them and all that stuff. So I was confused, at least a little bit at the beginning, why she did it. But that Mystique angle could work.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Cable basically lied to. Well, kind of jumping back to the end because we see that Cable is just trying to take out Apocalypse by any means. He's a menace and he needs to die.
Yeah.
Now, I don't necessarily think killing Gambit would stop Apocalypse, but he was just trigger happy. He's like, I don't give a fuck. And he's on that.
I came here to slime somebody going.
That it's my destiny to do it. So he's kind of riding that high. Everyone's like, whoa, whoa. Everybody was like, we signed up for this. This was a rescue. This was not a hunt down. But I'm definitely excited to see the end of this. I think the end of this season is going to set up, because there's been a lot of hints at the Onslaught character.
Very much a lot, especially even in this episode.
Yeah.
Apocalypse, damn near like he was corrupting Xavier. All that stuff. It's definitely look like they're bringing in Onslaught.
Yeah, I can see that being the next season's big bag, because I don't believe, unless Cable does it, because this whole season they were banking on the prophecy of Cable being the one to stop Apocalypse. If Cable's not the one at the end to stop Apocalypse, he's not permadying. He'll come back maybe for another season, and then they can pay it off in that way. But I can also see maybe them being like either a post credit or end credit scene or ending where there's like hints of Charles Xavier just starting to go down that dark path, like that Onslaught character starting to physically manifest. Because before it's just been kind of brewing, and even just the episodes back to the Danger Room saga where he was kind of just self-torturing himself and like hardening his mind, like instilling those ideals of Magneto, like maybe
they gotta be stronger.
And it's like, maybe we shouldn't integrate with humans. They really don't give a fuck about us. So I'm very interested to see how everything ties up in episode 9. And another thing I'm very curious about / I don't know, because all this stuff was Bo DeMayo's ideas this season and season 1. Now we're getting a whole new creator team, whole new kind of ideas for season 3 and on. So I'm interested to see if that change is noticeable once we get season 3, because I think after this season they're going to start airing them yearly, so we won't have to wait as long for the next one to come. Yeah, I'm very interested to see that, and it's the time for the X-Men. Like Kevin Feige has made it known. He's gotten a lot of different castings, which we'll get into. But yeah, it's if you're an X-Men fan, you're eating great, eating better than Thanksgiving.
We are feasting.
Yeah,
feasting, boy.
So, kind of going back into the excuse me, the conversation about just Marvel's handling, I should say, of this black character. So there's some Blade. Obviously, the Blade movie is canceled. Mahershala Ali, he had some comments about it like late July, I think like July 31st, after we recorded our last episode. But he said, "You had me under contract. They have billions of dollars. If they wanted to do the movie, we would have done the movie. I feel ready to move on from the Blade questions. Those are questions for them." First, how do you feel about these comments from Mahershala Ali, and any other, I guess, takes or just your feelings about just how Marvel's kind of looking right now, because they're not looking too good.
Um, how do I word this? I think overall, I mean, I saw the stuff with Mahershala Ali. I agree with it fully. And we've talked about it many a times. So I'm not gonna go in like full breakdown of Blade and all this stuff. But I agree with it because at the end of the day, it doesn't it doesn't take 9 years, 5 years to make a Blade movie. You could argue, oh, how are vampires going to introduce all this stuff? That's not that hard to do, bro. Not in a world where wizards, Thor, assassins, Spider-Man, Hulk, all these things, Celestials in the water, all these things exist. It's not hard to say vampires were in this city. You don't
Yeah.
need long drawn out explanations. People like being spoon fed information these days. You don't need that, bro. Use your comprehensive thinking. But outside of that, on the actual topic of what you're asking, um, it sucks because as fans, we're consumers of this, right? We're consumers of what Marvel puts out, right? But when you alienate part of your fan base, you start thinking, okay, do I really need to keep supporting this? And the argument of it hasn't been recently, but I know in the past it was like, well, you all have Black Panther. There's Let me tell y'all something. There's 37 movies in the MCU. How many of them have a black lead? About three.
3 Black Panther. Yeah, the both Black Panther movies and Captain America: Brave New World.
Three. Three out of 37.
Yeah,
Do you know how
that's
great
insane.
that's insane when you really break down how many characters are in Marvel? And
Yeah,
I'm not talking.
not just. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I'm see what you're about to say this, but not just in the MCU, but Marvel Comics. I
Yes.
don't think people understand that.
And you could even try to say the BS like, well, I mean, it's Luke Cage. You got the Luke Cage TV show. That technically wasn't even MCU until just recently.
Yeah,
Ironheart. We see how they did Ironheart. They canceled everything else that had a black lead. So it was really the conversation of why do black characters seem like they have to, I won't even say overperform. They have to do the most unrealistic thing to be relevant. And even when they do the unrealistic thing, they still get canceled. Wonder Man, by all means, I love Wonder Man. I've said many times, I love Wonder Man. People were not looking for a Wonder Man show, bro. I love Wonder Man.
yeah,
The average MCU watcher was not looking for a Wonder Man show. But since it had good acting, good writing, and it was good, and people talked
from
about it,
that's still Daniel Cretton.
yes, who I said needs the keys, but they had all these good things, and people talked about it. Then the average MCU watcher is like, oh, maybe I will watch it. Then they're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. So I don't know, man. I think Marvel needs to one fight harder for their black characters. I think it's a Disney thing. I think Marvel. You do have some blame on it. You're not excused from this just because you're under Disney. But it definitely is a Disney thing, and it needs somebody outside of Kevin Feige in that room fighting
Yeah,
for it. As I'll say this, he might be fighting for it behind the scenes. We don't know. We're not in the room, but he ain't fighting hard enough because goddamn, they done canceled everything. And at the end of the day, if he the creative director, he has some type of high power over these projects.
yeah,
So what are you doing, Kevin?
yeah. I don't. It's one of those things like the Blade movie is a black guy on the MCU, just being canceled. I also think another one is just the Armor Wars movie. Now, granted, that was kind of a product of the overproduction of the MCU Phase 4 saga,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can kind of give him a ghetto pass on that.
I
And
ain't giving no
then,
damn pass. I ain't giving no pass. You know why I'm not giving them a pass? They've made a Baby Groot special. You made
yeah, you're right
you
about
made
that.
all these random specials. Some are good, some are eh. Werewolf by Night is good. It still was a random special. Banking on Halloween. You telling me you can't just do okay? We'll do a Armor Wars special.
Yeah. Or a Blade special.
Let's take Blade. Well, not take Blade out. Let's just not. We know our
Yeah.
stance on Blade. We're talking about everything else right now.
Yeah.
You telling me you can't do specials, but
Yeah,
you
like
got
a
a
Blue
special
Marvel
for
special.
everything else? You got what if? You have what if started off great and went to shit, and you gonna still
Yeah.
produce that? Come on, man. It's a product of one, the leadership, one, the writers. Because we've said this before, we've said this many times. We may like Marvel stuff, but a lot of their writers are not good. We have
No.
said this adamantly. A lot of these writers in those rooms are not good. And that's all the way back in the OG Fox X-Men, who not even in MCU. They've said it before. They talked about when they were on set, some of the writers and producers said, don't read comic books. So they had to sneak them in. You know how
Yeah.
crazy that is to say?
That's
I'm
insane.
acting as Cyclops and you told me don't read a
I
comic book?
can't. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it's just really getting the right people in this room who understand what they're actually writing. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting, I say, to see how the reboot phase looks. Because right now, I'll say I feel like everything's established how it's gonna go. Right when it comes to the
Yep.
movies and things up until Secret Wars, it really is gonna see how that next phase looks. If that next phase looks like this again or worse, then it has to really be where, okay, Marvel, we I don't know how much we about to really be rocking with y'all for real.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think there's a lot of things to blame. I ultimately think this falls at like the Bob Igers and Mickey Mouse's, but just like those, just it is a Disney issue, and it's because I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill, but at the same time, like just optically, this does not look good. Like you have characters. Speaking of characters in the MCU, with like how Captain America: Brave New World really didn't perform. Slash,
It was a
it
Hulk
wasn't
movie.
really exactly.
It was a Hulk
Yeah,
movie.
it was a
It was
Hulk
a Hulk
movie in
movie,
disguise.
and then you bring back, granted, and that's not even Nomad. That's more than likely Captain Hydra. I know people keep saying Nomad, but Nomad was in Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Um, Granted, you're bringing back Cap.
Yeah,
Like you put him in the mantle, then you're already slow key trying to sideline him, especially with that Captain Carter bullshit. But my bad to cut you off. What were
no,
you
you're
saying?
good. No, I just was saying like, well, just how Sam Wilson's Captain America didn't really have a chance to shine. It was like he had the potential to in Falcon and Winter Soldier, Captain America: Brave New World. You know, wasn't a gangbuster.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monica Rambeau, we still have yet to see where she's at. Well, we know where she's at. We still have just yet to see her.
Yeah, we have to get to see if
And
they say, "Oh, if this is an actual place that incursion is gonna happen, so we're gonna bring them in," or we just gonna say, "Ah, scrap it. That's not the beast that we want to use. It's this other beast and from this one."
yeah. And
So
then Ironheart just not seemingly, I think reportedly, just not having any sort of dealings to do anything in the Doomsday movie or Secret Wars. So it's
yeah,
like,
just being hold.
yeah. At least with Wonder Man, I can see him coming back because they essentially established him as a mutant. We know the next saga after this is Mutant Saga, so any like I don't just see him not returning. But at the same
The
time,
thing, the thing is, in my mind, okay, you cancel the show, but at the same time, he's a mutant, right? We're just gonna say he's a mutant for the sake of the conversation right now. He's gonna be a
yeah,
mutant in the MCU going forward. Why would you not keep progressing this character who fits the mold of how a mutant acts when it comes to secret identity wise, where they try to keep other people from knowing, right?
mm-hmm.
Because we know with Wonder Man, his character, a lot of his stuff is emotionally tied. Where one, and Yahya Abdul talked about this, where what he struggles with, the character struggles with, is a lot of time people are supporting him, but he has a lack of self confidence, and that bleeds over into one his relationships with people, but then from that bleeds over to him keeping his powers contained because the lack of self confidence honestly turns him into a loner, and that loner thing makes it feel like he can't truly be himself, and that all
Yeah,
flips that switch in him that makes his powers go off at times. So why would you not put somebody? And then now, since in the story he's a grand actor, like he's the next hottest actor out. Why would you not keep expanding upon that story of him trying to keep his powers at bay?
yeah.
But
I think the best thing they could do, they could have done, and they still technically had the chance to do this because they could put him on Sam Wilson's Avengers team because we don't really know who's on his team right now. I mean, outside of terms, we know who the new Avengers are, but in terms of Sam Wilson's Avengers team, we know it's
and
the
then him and
Falcon,
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Uh, why am I blanking on his name? Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's kind of it. So it's like, did you mean to tell me they ain't a roster spot for Wonder Man? Who it ain't like he's just a nigga with a gun.
I'm gonna say
So
he walk in that room, he's stronger than 80% of people in there.
exactly, you could argue
Only people
maybe
stronger than him is probably Thor. Well,
Thor
obviously Thor,
in the
Sentry.
Century. That's it.
Everybody else, he walking down.
Yeah. So I think that's a layup, in my opinion. Just put him with Captain America, with Falcon's team, and then they can be like a West Coast Avengers team because all of them people are from California. Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, Wonder Man was in Hollywood. So, and well, now is in Hollywood because he's an actor. And then, yeah, I think the writing is on the wall with that personally, but
Yeah,
I think
we'll
they
see.
dropped that ball. So moving into
Overall,
our, oh, go ahead.
overall for the topic, just to wrap it up, I think Marvel and Disney need to take a good long look in the mirror and just say, how can we fix this things and how can we move forward?
Yeah, exactly. But moving on to our like and low redacted. So first one, recently there was a casting announcement. Kit Connor, one of the roles, at least I personally know him from, is he was in Warfare. He has been cast as the new Cyclops in the upcoming X-Men movie. There also has been like a lot of rumors, but nothing confirmed. I think there's a prevailing rumor that Kaylee Spaney, she was the main lead in Alien Romulus. Um, and I think another movie, but I forgot what that was. She's kind of the prevailing favorite to win the role of Rogue. And um, there was another actor who was in the series Beef with Stephen Ewing. Yeah, Charles Melton. He's kind of rumored to be the prevailing favorite to play Hank McCoy or the Beast character in the X-Men universe. But in terms of confirmed castings, is Kit Connor. So right now we have Kit Connor, Sadie Sink, which spoilers if you haven't watched Brand New Day, as Jean Grey, and we have the Emma Frost casting. What are your thoughts on Kit Connor? Do you like, love, or redact this news?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say love. I'm not gonna say redact. I mean, it's cool. I just gotta see. I really just have to see him say to me, my X-Men. That'll decide how I feel.
Yeah.
I haven't really. I seen Warfare. I didn't know he was even in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have
And
to rewatch it just to see how it was.
I ain't rewatched.
Apparently, I remember Charles Melton. He was in Warfare too.
Let me see Charles Milton. And I know he. I apparently Kit Connor played Bright. Oh, I remember Charles Melton. Okay. I know Kit Connor played Bright Bill. I think from Wild Robot.
Yes, he was in that. I didn't realize he was that
But
voice actor.
only voices I knew in there was like Pedro Pascal, Mark Hamill, and a few other people.
Yeah,
Oh, Lupita. Yeah, she was because she was what's that, the robot. But I mean, I'm cool with it. I really just have to. I'm saying I just have to hear him say to me, my X-Men. Outside of that, I mean,
yeah,
I got faith. I mean, I think he's only like 23, 22. So he's young.
yeah. He's 22.
Yeah, he's 22. Sadie Sink, I think, is like 20. She's in that range too. So I mean, they want these X-Men characters to be played for the next. I believe they said the plan is like 10 years. So
Yeah.
the next movie, we'll say the movie X-Men movie comes out 2029, 8
Oh,
ish.
it comes out in. Oh, you're saying the second X-Men sequel, right? Or you saying the first X-Men movie?
The first movie that Jake Schreier is making. Ain't it like
First movie is supposed to
2028?
come out in 28 in May.
Yeah. So we're just gonna say that's the start date.
Yeah.
So they got 2020 to 2038.
Yeah, maybe 2040. Man, 2040, I'm gonna be fucking
He'll be
41 years old, 40 years old.
But yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, me too. That kind of jumps into the second like it or redacted. So in 2028, Marvel's only releasing, at least for right. Well, I think this is their movie slate for 2028, which is the X-Men movie, which comes out May 5th, Ghost Rider, which comes out July 28th,
That's gonna be
and
delayed.
Black Panther 3. Black Panther 3, which is coming out December 15th. Do you like, love, or redact that Marvel is kind of containing their movie release? I feel like they've been doing that since the start of Phase 6, honestly. With that year, they only had Fantastic Four, Brave New World, and Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, there was a release saying that the reason they're getting away from a lot of the TV shows is because they want to do just mainly animation, and they want to hone in on cinematic releases.
Mm.
Apparently, I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't like Love or Dead. I mean, I honestly don't care.
I think these Marvel has the potential in 2028 to go 3 for 3 with X-Men. I'm still very.
Oh, now you worry about it.
I was worried about it. I just said, I'm like, you can't tell me a Ghost Rider movie gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work personally, but I have to see it to believe it. And Black Panther 3, they going at least.
We know that's gonna be good. It's the other
Ryan Coogler has actually, that Black Panther.
They gonna go at least 2 for 3. X-Men's gonna be good because Jake, he don't put out BS. Ryan Coogler, we know what he produced, so
Yeah.
Just gonna see what your boy, your favorite director put out with that Ghostwriter. Sean Levy.
Tell me a bad movie Sean Levy has made, and
All right,
I'll continue. But
how many times you turn on the Sean Levy movie this week?
I'm not saying he's Christopher Nolan.
I'm messing with you, bro.
But yeah, I like it. And then our last like little redacted, the live action Naruto movie will begin filming in 2027, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton.
For real? Okay, let's watch
no
it.
bullshit.
That's new to me.
Yeah, there's a live action Naruto movie.
That was fake when I seen it.
Nah.
Damn. Okay. No. I'm on board.
Yeah. The only reason is because Destin Daniel Cretton is producing it. We saw what he did with Shang-Chi. We just saw what he did with Spider-Man Brand New Day.
He put out
Wonder Man.
A good product.
So
I think the only thing is gonna see how them abilities look. I think they'll look good, but if it's, I don't know if it's gonna be like young Naruto or like the Shippuden when he already older. It's really what's gonna make or break that movie is how Kurama look.
Kurama,
the fox.
Oh, you see my knowledge for Naruto. No, I'm playing.
How the Nine Tails look.
Yeah. There's some things that they got to nail right with this, not just casting, but I'll say I like it. If you would have told me this before the live action One Piece Netflix series, I would have said Redacted, because there's before that show, you could not tell me there would be any. There's not any successful live action anime adaptation. With that one, with before that being the most recent, man.
Back in the
even
day,
after that, with the Death Note live action adaptation,
I didn't watch it. I wasn't gonna waste my time.
You got Lakeith Stanfield playing L. But yeah, I'll say off the strength of Destin Daniel Cretton, in Destin we trust. I'll say like. But now it is time to get into our infamous bag. Please drop the music. Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag. Yeah, bag, bitch. I just made a bag. Yeah, bag, bitch. I just made a bag. Yeah, bag of big bag. All right, so for this episode, again, our bag question, Feek. The question is, which X-Men character do you feel deserves a solo movie that is not named Wolverine?
All right. Easy layup, Storm. I feel like that is the easiest layup when it comes to, one, a character that can command the screen and has a good enough story to put on display. And the story can actually be impactful while being done. Another one, you said not named Wolverine. I don't want to mention Professor X or Magneto because that was practically first class. Honestly, I think a solo Nightcrawler movie would go crazy. A solo Nightcrawler movie and have Christopher Nolan direct it.
Oh my God.
Ugh. Come on,
crazy.
Man. That'd be my
I
two
can
off
see
the top
that.
of my head.
Storm, I agree, is a layup. For me, honestly, I low-key think a Gambit movie. Now, they tried or at least there was rumblings, because that's how we hit the whole Channing Tatum Gambit movie. Fox was on bullshit. So after how X-Men Origins Wolverine came, that Gambit was supposed to be right next to it. So I think in the MCU, Gambit, I can see a Gambit solo movie now doing well, because you have the whole his group. You can have the external character. You can have his backstory. You can have it in the South, and just like that culture. So I can see that movie doing really well, and have the main villain being, I don't know, Mr. Sinister or someone like that. But I would say Gambit, and I think a Cyclops movie, like Cyclops origin movie, would do really well. I think so, especially done right. Like you have kind of have it about him, then from that you can kind of tie into like his brother with Havoc, and then even his father, who you can, well, I don't know how a Cyclops solo movie would tie into Starjammers, but we know his father is the leader of that group.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a lot of potential there. But for me, my number one would be, I think, a solo Gambit movie now. I think there's a lot more people that are more comfortable with that. And we know the easiest, like, obviously that's why we have this in our bag, but Wolverine, that character makes money in its sleep. I say in terms of media, like just comic book character media that is almost guaranteed $1 billion, is Batman, Spider-Man, and I think it's a toss for third between Wolverine and Superman. But that's just my take. Did you have a get in our bag question for this episode? Or
Nah, not today.
Oh,
I have questions, but they're not for not for the episode.
Well, with that being said, again, we appreciate everyone supporting this episode. And again, thank you guys so much for supporting us throughout the years. We could not have got to 140 without each and every one of y'all's support and literal subscribing. But it's more than that. It's engaging in the videos and the IG reels and the TikToks, and we really do appreciate that. With that being, our redacted rule for the show is, just keep, I would say, kind of just the theme of, just our 100 subscriber mark, just keep chasing that dream. I mean, or keep doing what you love doing. Like, we started this pod with someone else's pod, then we came together and say we can do our own shit. A pod that never released. And now we're here, I think almost 4 years later. So my redacted rule is just keep pursuing what you love, and it won't feel like a job.
Our redacted rule is drink water. Drink water, work out, read something that ain't on your phone, that's physically paper, and have a great time.
That's not a receipt.
It's not a receipt, a book. Read at least a page out of a book. You don't got to read the whole book. Read at least a page out of a book.
That's a good one.
Exercise your brain.
Well, that being said, it's been your boy Dana Dane.
It's been your boy Wafik.
And we out.
Peace.
Best piece call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, step with a fat, keep it all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little part, could be yellow with a brew. 48 for a quick burst. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice to the drop like 8. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. flip the pepper to a king with a mate. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic called making Alfredo. I put a bag on the whole my payroll. I get active and then I lay low. The cinnamon